As the state's eligible population increases even more today, data shows that vaccinating vulnerable populations is an urgent concern for Missouri.
Let's get right over to 41 Action News reporter Dan Cohen, who has those numbers for us and what they mean this morning. Dan?
Ray and Lindsay, good morning. As the second most populous county in the state, Jackson County faces a daunting task of getting everyone vaccinated, especially now with expanding eligibility. New data suggests officials there may need to do a better job focusing on the most vulnerable communities, and we have a map to visualize this for you at home. Take a look. The white dots represent so-called high-throughput hospitals, or hospitals that can give out a large number of vaccines in a short amount of time. The black dot represents the one mass vaccination event the county has held. That was at Arrowhead Stadium. You'll notice none of those dots are in the darkest red area of the county. That dark red area is where the most vulnerable populations are based on factors like high poverty level, high percentage of minority populations, and a high number of people with at least one comorbidity. Missouri also has more younger people to vaccinate starting today. That population is key moving forward.
Certainly those older teenagers and young adults that would be college age fall into that category. I have a couple of my children meet that category, and we're planning to get them vaccinated because I do think it adds a layer of protection. We certainly know in COVID that some conditions make you very high risk to wind up in the hospital or maybe die from COVID. But we still see people who get infected who maybe don't have a lot of those risk factors.
I reached out to Mizzou with the school anticipating full in-person classes starting this fall. They told me they have no plans to require the vaccine for students, faculty, and staff on campus, but they are certainly encouraging everyone who is eligible to get a vaccine. Ray and Lindsay, back to you.
Dan, let's go back to that data on vulnerable populations from that new report. What are the recommendations from that?
The new recommendation is more widely used and permanent mass vaccination events. There is already a two-day clinic scheduled in Lee's Summit for next week, and then at Arrowhead Stadium at the end of the month. That would be the second time that the Arrowhead parking lots would be the site of a mass vaccination event. But there are a lot of factors to consider here. More people that are eligible, expanding that supply of the vaccine, and keeping up vaccination rates against these variants that we've been talking about this morning. It's all a numbers game right now, so focusing on those vulnerable communities and all of those new folks that are eligible starting today, it's going to be a concern moving forward, and it's something that we will obviously keep an eye on and update our viewers on air and online.
Absolutely. Dan, thank you so much.